All right, so this is the second video of the factoring or solve by factoring, okay? And so let's go ahead and hopefully you've watched the first video. If not, you need to do that, okay? So I'm going to get you started. Once again, I want you to try to do this on your own, and then the next one's kind of a different variety, okay? So we want to make this equal to 0. So in order to do that, I'm going to add 80x to both sides of the equation. Okay, so when I do that, I get 15x squared plus 80x plus 80, and that's going to equal to 0. Okay, now I do have a GCF in this point. Okay, so what's my GCF here? What goes into 15, 80, and 80? Okay, well, you should be able to recognize those are all multiples of 5. So I can factor out a 5, and I'm left with 3x squared plus, I believe this is 16, yes it is, plus 16x plus 16 equals to 0. Okay, so now all I have to worry about is factoring this here. Okay, so I want two numbers that multiply to a times c that add to b. Okay, so a times c is 16 times 3, which is 48. So two numbers that multiply to 48 and add to 16. Okay, now this one you have to think a little bit. So if you're confused, think of all the multiples of 48. So you have 1 and 48, you have 2 and 24, 3 and 16, 4 and 12, 5 doesn't go into it, 6 and 8, 7 no, and then you go 8, 12, 16. Okay, so which two pairs here add up to 16? Well, the 4 and the 2. So this is a plus 4, or sorry, 4 and 12, and plus 12. Okay, so I'm going to rewrite this as 5 parentheses, 3x squared, and I'm going to rewrite this plus 16x as plus 4x plus 12x plus 16 equals to 0. Okay, so now what I need to factor more has 1, 2, 3, 4 terms that I can put in this box. So 3x squared, 4x, 12x, and 16. All right, so if I look up and down, I can pull a number and an x out of both of these. Okay, so notice 3 goes into both 3 and 12, so I can pull a 3 out. Then I have an x squared and an x, so I can pull an x out of both of those. Okay, and if the area of this is 3x squared, this is 3x. This has to be x, okay? X, this has to be 4x, so x times 4 equals 4x, and then 3x times 4 equals 12x. And once again, 4 times 4 should be 16, and it is. That's a good indication we did this right. Okay, so 5 parentheses. So my two factors are here and here. So 3x plus 4 and x plus 4, and that equals to 0. Okay, so same thing. I want to know when is 3x plus 4 equal to 0, and when is x plus 4 equal to 0? Well, this one over here is easy. Minus 4 on both sides, x equals negative 4. This one's a little more work, but not too bad, okay? Subtract 4 from both sides, I get 3x equals negative 4. Divide by 3, x is negative 4 thirds. So my answer here would be x equals negative 4 thirds and negative 4. Here is my final answer. All right, let's look at example 5. Now, if you feel comfortable like you can do these, go ahead and try the worksheet and practice. I've posted the key online. There's no need for you to watch the rest of this video if you're comfortable with what you're doing. If you're not, we'll do some more examples together. Okay, so I'm going to kind of let you choose, what's best for you. All right, if I look at here, guys, it has to be equal to 0. So I'm going to add 12 to both sides. Okay, so 10x squared minus 26x plus 12 is equal to 0. Okay, now I do have a GCF here. So what number goes into 10, 26, and 12? Well, all those are even, so 2 does. And when I pull a 2 out, you're left with 5x squared minus 13x plus 6. That is going to equal to 0. Okay, so I want two numbers that multiply to a times c. So multiply to 5 times 6 is 30. Two numbers that multiply to 30 and add to b, which is negative 13. Okay, so what two numbers, when you multiply them, they add to positive 30. When you add them, they add to negative 13. Okay, hopefully you can identify that negative 10 and negative 3 are those two numbers. Okay, negative 10 times negative 3 is positive 30. Negative 10 plus a negative 3 is a negative 13. Okay, so I can rewrite what's in parentheses to have four terms. So 5x squared minus 10x minus 3x plus 6 is going to equal to 0. Okay, now I can put my four terms in the box. So 5x squared minus 10x minus 3x plus 6. Okay, I always go up and down this first column here. So 5 and 3, there's nothing that goes into both 5 and 3. So all I can pull out here is my x. Okay, and if the area of this small box is 5x squared, I have to multiply this x by a 5x. Okay, if this is negative 10x, I'd have to multiply my 5x by negative 2. This is x up here, I'd have to multiply it by negative 3. And if I did it right, negative 3 times a negative 2 is a positive 6. So that's a good indication we did this correct. So here's my two factors. Okay, so 2, and I'm going to write this in two parentheses. Okay, and those two parentheses is x minus 2 and 5x minus 3. Okay, now once again, you want to check. When is x minus 2 equal to 0? Add 2 to both sides when my x is 2. And when is 5x minus 3 equal to 0? We'll add 3 to both sides. So 5x equals 3 divided by 5 when x equals 3/5. Okay, so my two solutions here are x equals 3/5 and 2. There is my final answer. All right, so first I want to make example number 6 equal to 0. So I'm going to add 3x to both sides. So I'm left with negative 14 plus 2x squared plus 3x equals 0. Guys, this looks way confusing to me, so I'm going to write this in standard form, which is with the powers of x in descending order. So I'm just going to rewrite this as 2x squared plus 3x minus 14 is equal to 0. Okay, now that I've gotten to here, I want you to pause this video. I want you to try to work this out, factor it out, and find what x is equal to, and then we'll go over it. So go ahead and pause this, try to work it out yourself, and then we'll go over it. All right, so you want two numbers that multiply to a times c. A is 2, c is negative 14. So they multiply to negative 28, and they add to b, your b, which is 3. Okay, so that would be a plus 7 and a minus 4. Okay, so you're going to use those two to write this as 2x squared plus 7x minus 4x minus 14 is equal to 0. Okay, now I have four terms, and I can put one in each box. So 2x squared plus 7x minus 4x minus 14. Okay, so up and down, I have a 2 and an x. Okay, that means this here has to be an x. This has to be a 7. This has to be a minus 2. So my two factors are here and here. So I could say this is 2x plus 7, x minus 2 equals to 0. Okay, so I want to know, when does 2x plus 7 equal to 0? Well, minus 7. 2x equals negative 7 divided by 2. I get x is negative 7 halves. Okay, and then I want to know, when is x minus 2 equal to 0? When x is equal to 2. So my two solutions are x equals 2 and negative 7 halves. All right, I want you to go ahead, try to do example 7 on your own. So pause this video, try to do example 7, and then we'll go over it. All right, so hopefully you were able to work this out, but if you weren't, I'm guessing it's because you had a problem or maybe you even got overwhelmed putting all this on one side. So I'm going to put everything on the right onto the left, so plus 18x plus 7. And when I do that, I get a 3x squared plus a 16x plus a 21 equal to 0. Okay, so if you got stuck at that point, go ahead and pause it again and try to move on from here. All right, so hopefully you got all this correct. So we want two numbers that multiplied a times c, which is 63, and add to b, which is 16. And those two numbers you should have gotten were 9 and 7. Okay, so I'm going to rewrite this as 3x squared plus 9x plus 7x plus 21 is equal to 0. Okay, and then when I put all those into the box, 3x squared, 9x, 7x, 21, okay, up and down, only an x goes here, which means this has to be a 3x. This has to be a 3. This has to be 7. If I did it right, 3 times 7 is 21, which it is. So x plus 3, 3x plus 7 is going to equal to 0. Okay, so when does x plus 3 equal to 0? When x is negative 3. And when does 3x plus 7 equal to 0? We'll subtract 7. 3x is negative 7. Divide both sides by 3. X is negative 7 thirds. Okay, so my two solutions here are x equals negative 3 and x equals negative 7 thirds. And that is it.